Hi, I'm Rhonda with Look at That Wreath. It's a fun wreath company and I sell wreath kits, wreaths, wreath supplies, and all kinds of things at Look at That Wreath on Etsy. So please check out my store on Etsy and you can find all these goods separate if you don't need ribbon. But this is a little kit and it's $68 for everything that you see. And we're gonna do it on the background. This is some good thick mesh and it has tinsel in it. It's black and red for the Nutcracker. And it comes with 5 yards of ribbon. And I have these already pre-cut. And then there's a yard and 3/4 around there left to make a bow, so out of that 5 yards of each ribbon. And I'll be pairing these 2 ribbons together, and also I'll be pairing these 2 ribbons together. And I'm sending 2 pipe cleaners to secure the bow with. And I have already cut the mesh at 19 inches each. It makes it perfect if you keep it around 19 inches or 19 1/4 inches. It comes out just right. So what we're gonna start with is our wreath base. And this is a wonderful wreath base that we carry in stock in so many colors you wouldn't imagine. But I've opened everything up to how I like it. And I open them this way because I let one cruffle tail hang out on this side and one cruffle tail hang out on that side, and I'll explain the cruffle tail to you. What you do is after you've cut these, you have 18 of them at 19 inches. You kind of roll in, so there's your little rolls. Oh, this is great mesh. And then you just gather it in your hands. Oh, by the way, I just cut this with a scissor, and I just laid it on a yardstick, and I just followed the lines to cut, which made it super easy. And so that's how that was done. So you don't need to have a mat and a rotary cutter or anything. You can just do it like this. So I'm gonna put my first ruffle in. And it doesn't matter if you put it this way or this way. Today I'm going to do it where the curls come to the outside. It's just however you feel like doing it. And then you get it right in the middle of it. And then you take the twist ties on here and get it as close to the wire frame as possible. Okay, then we take our next one, and what we do is we go all the way around. I'm gonna do all of them for you, with you, so you could be doing this while you're making your wreath and to follow along. It's quite simple. This is a very simple wreath to do. It's just about putting 18 ruffles in here. That's the first thing. Getting them tightly twisted in there. Oh, there went the Nutcracker. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I am tying this in with the end sticking out that way and the other end sticking out that way. So it makes it nice and full on the bottom, and then it gives, what this mesh does, it gives the Nutcracker a wonderful base to lay on so it pops out. And like I said, this is wonderful, good quality, expensive mesh to use. It's called a tinsel mesh, but it's 10.5 inches by 10 yards is what the roll size is. I think this was the end of the roll, so this one's extra long, and it doesn't matter if you have a really long one. Wonder if that was supposed to be 2. We'll find out. That one is rather huge. I think I'll save this one till the end. Well, I'll stick it in there anyway. Wish all the ruffles could have that much in it. Well, if you want them really long and cut them around 33 inches to 35 inches, then you can just add a roll of red, just a red roll of mesh to it. But this is such beautiful mesh that decided just to use one color in this one, and the red and black looks so good with the Nutcracker. There's different methods that you can use to make cruffles. It's a ruffle and then it's a gather, so it's gotten the name as a cruffle, and that's what I've heard it called for a long time, a cruffle, a crumpled ruffle, a curl and a ruffle. You can also do this laying it on the table. I'll show it from the side, and I always tuck that first layer under and do it twice, and then you can just gather it up, follow your stripe, your middle stripe, and then roll this end under, and there you have your cruffle. I'll do another couple like that too. This gets kind of tedious and monotonous, so we'll just do 2 different kinds of ways. So we're gonna take this one and we're gonna put about 1 inch, 1.25 inches under, roll it.
Hey, Rhonda.
I'm in the middle of a bit. Sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm at work. 1, 2. And we just keep going. I wish we could play some music in the background, but I don't think YouTube likes the music in the background because we don't have it copyrighted to play in the background, but we could be having some Christmas carols playing. What's your favorite Christmas carol? Text me and let me know, or leave a comment to let me know. I think mine is Joy to the World, or that's what pops in my mind right now. And We Wish You a Merry Christmas. I like that one. Just gave me little goosebumps, so that must be one of my favorites. as we continue, how many of you are wreath makers and love making wreaths? I do. I've been making wreaths and floral arrangements for probably 34, 35 years. I have a store, it was an interior design store, but it turned into a clothing store, a boutique, and a marketplace, and it's called Rendezvous, which is next door. And so I've had so much fun doing interiors for a long time, and the older I get, the more I just feel like crafting more and more and more. It's so relaxing, and I just love it. We sell a lot of ribbon and all different colors of mesh too online, and we have all different types of wreaths and swags that are going on our Etsy shop, and as well as finished goods. And this will be for sale after I finish it too. We're having our grand opening this weekend on Friday and Saturday, and then we're going to do a show on Monday night. So I've been a busy bee trying to make a lot of goodies up to share with everybody. And I'm giving away a free class. Whoopsie. My dress is a little too long today. I didn't wear heels. I put on tennis shoes. But so we're going to do a Nutcracker wreath class. So if you want a wreath kit, grab it now before we sell out of them. And the wreath class is in Cuero, Texas at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, November the 9th, I believe. And it starts at 10:30 and it ends at noon, hopefully, possibly. And it's called Wine and Design, or actually it's going to be sparkling wine and champagne, and we're going to have mimosas, wine and design. And I'll be holding classes probably every week until the end of November. And then I'm going to start teaching classes on Wednesday nights also, or maybe Tuesday nights. It depends on, if people have church on Wednesday nights, I might have to do it on a Tuesday. We haven't pinpointed that one yet. It just depends on all of y'all when I need to have a class. I have so many other wreath kits for y'all. I'll be teaching the Pastel Nutcracker Kit also, and that'll be linked to my Facebook shop, or my Facebook at lookatthatwresth also, so you can see which one you like better, the pastel or the traditional. Well, we got our first layer done. Started on our second layer. So we're on the top layer now. How do you decorate your home for Christmas? I do a mixture of traditional and kind of whimsical. This year I'm going to decorate with red and pink and black and white. I love Mackenzie Child, so there will be some goodies on the tree. Of course, I collect her ornaments, and so it's just going to be great. And our store here at Look at That Wreath, also and Look at That Wreath, we have a tree that's decorated with a traditional nutcracker on one side, and it's all done in red and gold and green, and it has red nutcrackers on it that have beautiful gold trim embossed on it and, well, glued on it, and so it's really cute. And then on the other side of the tree, you could tell I'm a true Gemini. We have pink and white nutcrackers on it, and all kinds of beautiful pink ribbons and ornaments, and just, it's so fun. That's when you just can't make up your mind what you want, or you get double fun doing a two-sided Christmas tree. Well, we're almost there. I gotta take that big one out. I didn't cut it in half. I need to cut it in half. I thought that was mighty long. I almost had everything prepped. Whenever you see your ends sticking out like that, go to the other side, and your tail is usually way inside, so you could pull it down. And then if you feel like it's kind of lopsided, you can just go back and ruffle it again. And that turns out just great. When I started making more crafts at home, I started off watching Olivia's Romantic Home. Oh my goodness, I'd run to the Dollar Tree and buy whatever she used for her supplies, and I would craft with Olivia. And I've always made arrangements and wreaths or swags or centerpieces for people for their homes. We had a drapery workroom, so we'd always make them a quilt with the leftover fabric. That was fun. They got a big surprise. And for their sofa, to match their draperies, we did little 6-inch squares of leftovers. And then of course I had other fabrics that I would go and buy to back it with, and it was exciting to have that. Yes, I'm definitely missing I'm definitely just missing one. I thought, oh my goodness, I'm missing two. Okay, we got it. When I do it pressed up against my stomach like that, it just doesn't take so long to do it. And when you're prepping wreaths, this takes usually the longest to do. Now I have to find a very full. And here it is. And you think something's too long? It's too long. So what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm just gonna cut it in half, and that'll be fine. I'll be right back. just love that there's lines on this mesh that you can just follow the line. Okay, we have the right amount now. I want to show y'all how to pull it really tight and just twist it twice because we have more to do with our wires. Now I'm just going back and making sure all the mesh is positioned beautifully in here and making it stand up high and proud. Then I'm going to teach y'all a trick about, since we have such a long nutcracker, we are going to take our wire wreath and we're going to make it into an oval. It's round right now, and I probably should have done it beforehand, but it's totally up to you if you want a round wreath or if you want it to look semi like a swag. Let me add in this last little piece and we've got it. The next thing that we do is we take our little bundles. These are cut at 13 inches and then they are dovetailed, and that means that you fold it in half and then you cut upwards to the sunshine, and where it was folded in half, that gives you a marker where to gather it. And how to gather, you just take it with your fingers and pinch it in, and there you have it gathered. And what's going to happen is we're going to put one in right here and use our little twist tie that's built in, and so we just open them up and people are coming in. And then what we do is we look at our nutcracker, and you could tell he's upside down, so I am going to have to turn him around so we have him right side up. Okay, we got that one fixed and figured out. And now we're going to take the next one, and where it was folded in half, we're going to just crinkle it up and put it in the next little twisty. Some people take it apart and get down to the very end of the wire, but it's not necessary. So you do one up, one down, one up, And then you can always just take the ribbon and get, I'm sorry, I'm a little ADHD. I hear people talking in the background and I start thinking of something else. So we'll go all the way around our wreath and keep putting ribbon in. I hope y'all can see what I'm doing. And so you want to follow suit. Like if you put this one up, you want to put it up again, and then put that one and do it that way. And we just keep going around the wreath more and more. This is faster than doing the cruckles. And I have my nutcracker going up and down. Yay! And we move on to the next one. It's so easy when you fold all your ribbons beforehand in the pairing. You don't have to, but you end up doing it anyway. And so I just do it ahead of time. It just makes it easier when you're just wanting just to twist and do your ribbon tails. And we have our nutcracker going the proper way. Make sure his head goes up and not down like I did the first time. To me, this part, probably watching the video, it's like watching paint dry, but if you're following along making the wreath with me, it's not as bad. Of course, this is my very first video, I have to say. So give me grace. I'm trying real hard to make it through without a stop. Oh, I did my ribbon upside down. It's so easy to change that if you do that. Can y'all see what I'm doing still? I think y'all probably have a hang of it now, the hang of it. One up, one down. Oh, we're getting ready to almost finish this side, the bottom side, and then we do the top side. There's more twist ties on the bottom than there is, of course, on the top row. So we're getting there. And on these little twist ties, You could keep twisting them and tucking them. You could tuck them into the wreath if you'd like to, and so they're hidden then. Some people like them just stand up and show, and I personally like to kind of tuck them in. So just twist up. And tuck it in. One more for the bottom. So, we've gone all the way around. Isn't it getting happy and fun? So now we're gonna start on the top and do the same thing. One up, one down. This mesh is so thick that it just makes everything stand up so pretty. On this wreath, you do get enough ribbon to make a bow. And if you're taking a wreath class here and you don't want to make a bow, I will definitely make it for you. But that's the next thing I'm going to show y'all how to do, is to make a pretty bow for the wreath. And not everybody will want to have a bow. I can understand that. And so the ribbon tails are just fine if you don't want to have a bow. But you can use the extra ribbon for wrapping a gift or doing a mailbox bow. Excuse me. See how cute it's turning out? So full. Oh look, just about 5 left. We almost did it, y'all. If you're following along and making the wreath, get a pat on the back for making something so pretty. It's another Texas hot day outside, It's gonna be 90 today. It just is having a really hard time getting out of the 90s here. At least it's not 100. Okay, 2 left. Just a hard twist. Fluff up those ribbons. Spread them apart and make an X. And I need to cut one more ribbon. Can you get me that plaid over there, that one that's cut, and then the green? I need a green one, unless I left it over here. Oh, I've got the green one. Y'all's will be counted. Thank you. Y'all's will be counted and y'all will get 9, or y'all will get the yard and a half. So, you know, it's the first time. So, you know, something's gotta happen. A little short on one ribbon. And didn't cut the last piece of mesh in half, got distracted probably and called away, and that happens, but it's so easy with wreaths. You just know when you need more, because we have this last little piece. Yeah, we did it. And I'm going to take this little wreath and give it a squish because I want it more elongated. So it went from round to oval. I like just to push all my little pieces forward, so that the Nutcracker will have something to lay on. Okay, so I like to keep messing with my ribbons, and really you shouldn't, because they get moved around every time you move something on the wreath. Oh, and look, Nutty arrived. Now your Nutcrackers will come with wires already on it, and sometimes you just want to push these through to the other side. We will decide where we want this. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put my old wreath board up here. My husband has had a flooring company for almost 37 years, and he made this out of a hardwood sample when it got discontinued, so this one's a little heavy, but it works beautifully. So we'll go ahead and hang it up and decide where to put our nutcracker. We'll start off with his head and positioning his legs, because that has wires in the back too. And what we're going to do on this wreath, oops, you could tell it's oval now. So on this wreath, we want to find out where we want the head. And you just have to kind of look to see if you like it in that spot. I'm going to pull this forward. You can either do it right up to each other, or we could take this and move it apart, which I'm going to do. And we're going to tie this part up there and leave the center a little bit, because we want to, we're going to make the bow and put the bow in the center. And some people do signs in their wreaths, but we have this fun nutcracker today. So we're just gonna put it through the mesh and down into the wreath. In there right. Got the wires on the other side, and I made sure that it went through on the wreath frame, so I just twisted onto the wreath frame. Let me show you what I mean. Oh no, the headless man. So here's our other wire, and we have to set it in there also, but the other wire's hiding someplace in there. There. So we'll just thread it through and It's kind of a heavy-duty wire, so needs to be a little tighter. We've got it. Like I said, you could forever fluff on this ribbon. Okay, here comes the time with the cute little Nutcracker face, and with those sparkly blue eyes. He's so cute. And of course the big mustachio. Looks like my husband's mustache, except his goes down. And this one it's twisted already, so I'm going to untwist it a little. They come pre-wired too. So I think we're going to get them in right here. Does that look like the middle? Does that look centered to y'all? Head partially wired in. Then you gotta look for the other wire. It's a lot by feel, and just hope that he's in there properly. I'm doing with this one is I'm going to go ahead and sink it down a little bit more, so I untwisted it. Seemed like it was sticking up kind of high. Just beautiful. Let it tighten them up a little more. I'm moving it up to the top row, so his head's up there a little more. sometimes if these ribbons don't lie the way you want them to, you can always do these sticking out. Just bring them to the edge and do every other one, and then they lay prettier. So we can adjust this side. Until we have the outcome that we want. Can you tell the difference of what this makes on here? When you do your outside ribbons, kind of not going towards the front, it makes them lay really pretty. Okay, to finish this off, we are going to make a bow. I'm gonna work on this side just a little bit too. On the middle, I still like to do the X's. But on the inside or bottom ribbons, I like to face them 4 down. You can mess with a ribbon for hours and it'll do whatever it wants to do in the end. Just have to work with it a little more. There, that's pretty. Okay, all we have left is making a bow, and your kit comes with 2 pipe cleaners, and I'm going to go ahead and twist these 2 together to make it longer, because it's always good to have enough length for your bow. And then for tensile strength, you turn these ends inside, and that way they don't slip and come apart when you're pulling it tight. Tensile strength. Okay, so I have an easy bow maker here, which you don't have to have an easy bow maker to make this. And let's see, we want to end up with probably the black and white. We'll start with the plaid on the bottom, and then do the green, and then do the nutcracker, and then we'll do the harlequin. So we don't need a really long tail. because you already have ribbons coming down and you want to be able to still see his little pants and his silly feet. So what I'm doing is I'm making let's just do an 8-inch tail. So you just, if you have a ruler or a yardstick, just measure off 8 inches. And then for this side, since this is the bottom, I think we'll do a 7-inch. Let's just do a 7-inch backer, and then come back and you twist your ribbon, and then you do your 7 inches again. Without the last one, you don't have to. And so you have a little extra ribbon left over that we'll just cut off. And then I like to put a dovetail on it. You can either dovetail it or you can cut it at an angle, or you can just leave it straight. Now we're going to do the same thing with the green. And what I did was I took my 8 inches and I twisted it, and I'm going to do this one at 7 inches also, so it'll be a nice back brace. And see, these two are the same length. And those two are the same length. And then we have a little bit left over. If you want longer tails, you know that you have another 5-6 inches left over. Now we're gonna do our Nutcracker. And this is a one direction ribbon. So we will have one side, just one tail going upside down. So we're gonna start over here. I'm making it just a little shorter. Now I'm gonna make this loop smaller. I'm going to make it a 6-inch, which means that it's 12 inches for the loop. And then you twist, bring it back, and do 6 inches. And if you don't want that tail going the wrong way, you can always bring it up. I start spreading out my ribbons the way I want them. And since we had the two the same length at the beginning, then I'm putting the 6-inch length right there. And I am just going to keep all the tails going that way. And we're going to do this wonderful harlequin ribbon next. And I'm going to do this one at 5 inches. So 2 at 7, 1 at 6, and then this is a 5-inch or a 10-inch cut for the loop or a measurement to go by. And there we have our bow. Pipe cleaner that was tied together, so there's not a big lump in the middle. I like just to take it and pull that further to the, let's go to the front, and so this will end up in the back side of it. So we'll have a smooth little pipe cleaner there. So what I'm doing is lifting it from the bottom, and you squeeze it together. Then you twist it good, and then we straighten all the ribbon out. It's wonderful working with all this beautiful ribbon. Since we went up with the green, went down with that nutcracker, we're gonna, or the plaid will go down, and then this one will go up, and this will go down. The little nutcracker will kind of go in the middle. There we have our bow. This is a great quality ribbon, so it'll stand up and be perky. And our next thing to accomplish is putting our bow in. I'm gonna have to move his little head up now that we made the big bow. I'm gonna have to bring the head up to about right there and then just twist it in. And there you go. We have Mr. Nutcracker ready to go. This is a wreath kit by Look at That Wreath. And it's so fun. This would be so cute if we put an ornament here to finish him off, or of course just put his beard over that. I have some other ideas that you can do. You can add in, if you want to keep your wreath like this, it has a lot going on it already, and if we want to put them up a little higher, we can also add in some of these wonderful little sprays that have all the curly cues and all the glitter on them. And we carry these sprays on our Etsy shop too. And then here are some balls that you could put in, and they would be fun coming out. You could cut them apart and put them in more places, or you can do them at a diagonal. But I think cutting them apart and putting them around would be fun. And then you could cut them apart and put them you know, on all the green pieces, or if you have ornaments, Christmas ornaments, like red Christmas ornaments or black and white Christmas ornaments, you can always glue them where your little wires are, and you can take and roll up all your wires to push them back, and then right where that's done, that's where you put a Christmas ornament. And you could pick up Christmas ornaments at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Walmart has a lot of them too, and they're shatterproof. I would use shatterproof for sure, and you can just add those balls in. But this turns out wonderful, and it's so fun. But you can add to it or take away, so easy. Or if you wanted to add an ornament in to all the ties, you could put a Christmas ornament. You know, you could do green and red and mix it in, but that just makes it even more. Look at that wreath. So either way, I hope you enjoy your kit, and that you visit me at lookatthatwresth.com, and soon we'll be on YouTube, and we'll be on Instagram, and we're doing great. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great day, and I enjoy doing crafts with you. Thank you.